And welcome back. It took forever to accept that last round. Okay, so we've got freternick, with Moonrise Cay, and I believe this is Group A. I need to check. Now, I also haven't looked at the form, so I'm just going to assume he hasn't done anything too bonkers, because I have to load it up on a personal email. It's a pain. Yeah, he's in Group A with Texan, Crizzy, and Rickster, who's Pipidini Pines we've already played. Which was a lot of fun, if a little bit pinched in spot. So Nick's off-course stuff and planting's always, well, mostly off-course stuff has always been really good. Planting's been getting better and better. Hole designs have always been kind of the thing that he's been working on. So really interested to see what he's coming up with. We're going to go medium and south. Everything else is going to be default. Looks like it's delta. Hey, Rene. And let's get going.
This is a nice idea.
I'm assuming
I
it's...
don't hate this.
Oh, that's super positive from Matt. Loving the Rory blurps at the moment. Alrighty. Ooh. Okay, so we've used some new rocks. We've used a lot of new rocks. Oh, theme is Highlands, so I should have probably gone for firm, right? Do I exit and go in again?
Decisions were made.
If the hole's uphill, then I'd just tilt the flat bottom bunker. Okay. So we've got some really interesting kind of grassy planting. It's tropical. Oh, then we're okay with the firms. Hey, Nick. I can't load the form at the moment, so if there's anything in particular I'm looking out for, let me know. I will tell you off the bat, I do not particularly care for the brown texture. But he's not sure. Strong. Straight Ardoilian vibes. There's some... I can see some of that. Ardoilian beat me up enough times. I really like the openness. It looks like it's utterly mental in terms of where we go and what we do. How do you mow it? Maybe there's just sheep and they mow it all. I mean, it is very creative as a plot. I like it a lot. And I really like some of the bunkering down the sides. Like, that's a lot of fun. Oh my goodness, what is this hole? Yeesh. And then a T over... Oh, we've seen some Cypress Point stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure you needed the biggest boat possible.
Decisions were made.
Because he made the cruise ship himself. Of course he has. Hello, Brendan. Yeah, he really... I mean, it's a very cool cruise ship. It is very impressive. It's a touch unnecessary, but it is very impressive. Yes, bring back Barry Bay. And we've got walking into the course. Right, where's our clubhouse? Nick. Oh. Anyway, I'm going to sleep in and have a go. All right. Okay, so hole one, we're playing all sorts of so kind of a switchbacky sort of thing. So, well, I can't reach those, I don't think. Par 5. I still want a Nick clubhouse. I'm sorry. All right, and we can just about get there, but there's no chance I'm going for that because there's no way of landing short and rolling on. There's something about the mix of grasses I'm not loving. I would say I don't love them going into the fairway, but it's... Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the texture splattering. I get what we're doing. Just seems a little bit odd. I do like the bush and the way the bush and rock combination in the grasses. That's working nicely. Little cypresses. I would have definitely chosen these for sticking up, or the little pines. I don't know if I'd have used them for ground cover. They're very green, and I think you could have used a different tone somewhere with all of this greenness. So like we're using some of the tropical trees, I think. You can tell because they pop out like mad. Oh, is that the idea? Fair enough. That's quite cool. Okay, 1 foot down. I did not have this as... How is that downhill? Everything screams up. Huh. Okay. I think play out here. I'm not going for that pin. I guess different pins are slightly more accessible. I'm not sure you're ever really getting at this one as a par 5, but people could go for it. I'd probably just pull the green a tiny bit away from the front bunker or make it a little bit deeper, either or. As in the green, not the bunker. Hopefully grab. Whee. I think you should have probably gone all of the rocks. Like how they mesh with the base terrain kind of works in some places and kind of doesn't so well on others. I think probably all rocks would have been better. I don't know if that's me. Oh, maybe meter related. I remember them taking up way more than I thought they would do. Nice gentle opening holder. K2, really good look off the tee. Who says you can't do Into the Sun anymore? Still me, but it looks good. I like this green, so we want to be further to the left, in which case can we go back down there? Maybe? I don't think we gain much. Just hit somewhere here and... yeah, there is... The ship is very cool. Pitching wedge up 11 feet. I really like the way the land's working on this one. Like, the land movement is subtle and like the way you've done this works really nicely. It's kind of a... The tiered plot always works well. I don't know about the wire grasses being quite so high. Yeah. And I think it's the green on very brown heavy rough that's throwing me off a little bit, particularly back here. You also, I'm sure you will know, you will get have known you will get some comments from judges about grass in fairway, which I will understand. I doubt it. Nick always does new stuff. There's a shot. Really solid first 2 holes. Love the way this one's a bit more hemmed in. Like, that's a nice change from the real openness we've had so far. I think that's going to be the interesting thing is how you do deal with some of that. Just giving the same looks over and over again. Okay, we've got a second par 5 in 3 holes, and if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of going in the same direction. Actually, it might not be. Yeah, because this was the first one, so it's basically the same direction. Pretty similar length, although it's downhill. Similar green orientation, but you have given us a bit more to bounce it in. And the green's doing different things, but I'd have probably worked a bit harder to make sure there's not so many similarities between hole 1 and hole 3. Oh, let's go down this fairway. Sure. Open up the angle. No, we're not getting there with that. I think for this pin, could go at it that way, could go at it that way. That's a bit riskier. How much can we take this to? Oh, okay, maybe. Oh, it's just turned too much. Damn. Okay. I really like the ravine look in the background. I think the way you've introduced that before we actually get there is really nice. I have to say, the golf immediately feels like a big step up from the CC course. Yours? And yeah. And I'm really enjoying the environment. It's definitely unique, which I know is what you strive for on pretty much every course. For par 3, okay, long. I think long par 3s, I always immediately get concerned about how we're going to get to this pin if it's downwind. I think the same thing's kind of true here. It would work really nicely if you lowered this and just flattened it out. Because if you land here, you're then hitting a downslope and running way past it. I know we've got a backstop that we can use, but it would be nice to offer the option of either use the backstop or you land it short and roll. Obviously for this pin, giving us a little bit of help off the side, or we can go straight at it. I like that if you play away from the pin, you end up with more space. If you go straight at it, then you've got to be much more precise. I think that's a really nice strategy to use. And then you've got this bowl down here. There's a few of the slopes that are working kind of counter to what you're intending. So you can see these breaks coming back in here. I think a few of these coming back this way and then going down to like your low points about here. Maybe not so much like. But I guess it's doing a little bit of a punch bowl thing and it is all kind of working its way up. No, like it a lot. Really cool setting. I'm not the biggest fan of how these rocks blow up. I might have tried to use a few smaller ones within it. I found these ones worked really well when they were quite small. When they got too big, they just look, you can really tell the detail goes, whereas these ones look great blown up as well. Right, hit a shot. Needs to sit, I think. Oh, I could use that little backstop. Well, we'll putt it anyway. There we go. Just a standard 4 birdies and 4 holes start. This is what we do now. Clearly. Of course, it's definitely fitting my eye. I mean, that's scary. Maybe a tiny bit claustrophobic off this tee. I'd love to see a bit more fairway swung out this side if you're going with this, or shuffle this whole area. Maybe just cut off a tiny bit of the corner. Exactly. We won't birdie all 18, don't worry. That will never happen. I love the green side. I love these 2 bunkers just kind of jutting in. I've got to say, the brown stuff's growing on me a bit. I still think it looks awkward, but not as much as it did.
Don't go in the sandpit.
Thanks, Rory. We'll try not to. Move the grass in front of the tee. Yeah, it's a bit big as well, probably, or lower it a touch. Yes, what Panda said. Although I don't mind so much because you don't need to see all of this. And also kind of the way it's been planted, I don't think all of it's been rotated, so you maybe want to hide little bits of that. Part of your meter stuff also could have been saved by these trees are really expensive meter, so yeah, narrator is correct. He will not birdie all 18. Maybe a 3 wood. I think just kick off that, bounce down, full wedge in. I really like some of this. I would probably just lower this bit a touch, but I really like the land movement, the way that this comes this way and then the green comes across that way. I don't know what you're insinuating, Rhino, but probably not. There we go. Yeah, probably would have liked a little bit more planting around here, just like the detail stuff occasionally. And I think part of that is going to be due to using all of those cypresses, which is hurting just a little bit on the meter. And again, we've got bare area back there. Like, you're going to get bits of that. Okay. Oh, cloud cover. Works pretty well with the cloud cover as well. I think you've nailed your lighting. I love the view of the coast in the background. Really like this little bit cutting in front. That works so nicely. I mean, comfortably your strongest. It's comfortably your strongest course, and so many people are bringing theirs. That's an entertaining pin. Okay. We go there. Yes, we go there. Oh, sleepy. Yeah, 100%. Are we getting over a green? Yeah, but I think the premise is that you have the course to yourself for a day. And also, I'm kind of okay with that sometimes. Like, if the next group are hitting up, you could hit. I've done it in real life a couple of times. If the next group's hitting up, it can work. Oh, course is too easy. All right, and I take it back. This is very quirky. I am right between clubs as well, which is not a good thing.
Decisions were made.
Decisions were made. I might like to see a wider part of this green somewhere. This is a hole. This is a thing. Yeah, I'm not sure what shape it is. Like a... It's a leg with very little calf. Do you want to part 3 back? Yeah, fair. I think just hit a shot. Okay. Oh, we've got to putt at it. Practice the bow tie green. Yeah. I mean, the greens, when you find the spots, they're all right. They're not too severe. There, maybe? Oh, I could see this being the one we didn't birdie. That's fine. Got afraid of the putts. A 2-legged baby dinosaur. Yeah. There's definitely a what green side is this. Okay, and here's the...
Just hit back a golf shot.
Yeah, that's fair. That is definitely fair. Okay. I think with this one, for a... Okay, it's a short par 5. I feel like we're pinching driver a bit too much on both sides in lots of ways. So we have to hit the absolute perfect shot in order to not run through there. Oh, we've got some rock in the fairway. Or up
This
here.
is a good golf course.
Like I like the idea of the central hazard and like also a third par 5 where we've got a narrowish side on green. Gonna need an eagle. Yeah, we are and all. Oh, and it's 40 feet up, but probably only on the approach, right? Just hit a shot, yeah. Nick. Just, yeah. I think the thing with this one is also there's a lot of layup room here, but nobody's laying up.
Come back.
I asked him to keep the going, and he really went for it. And yeah, you can play up this way. What I don't love is the zigzaggy nature, because actually that just removes a ton of fairway that you could use, because you either have to carry it to here and potentially not run off, which, as you can see, I kind of landed middle-ish and I still ran off. And yes, it's asking for a very precise shot, but I don't. If you are going to cape it out this way a little bit, try and keep it going so that people who do carry that corner don't then run out immediately the other side. Additionally, if you are going to do it anywhere, you can only do it once in a hole. You can't do it multiple times. They are so good. He was so excited about recording them and keeps asking me for new ones. So
This makes me sad.
yeah,
It's a whole 18, yeah?
bless his heart. I love the green side. I think that's really, really good. I might have been tempted to bank the green. So we're looking for different things you could have done with the green rather than the side on. Bank it in as a little circle just above this. That encourages people to hit down the left-hand side and cut across. And then just a little circle green in this little area would be perfect. It's all you need. Right. Well, we're not going to eagle, are we? Let's go in left.
How do you think this was a good idea?
Exactly. We're not too far. Alrighty. Come on, let's have a chip in. Maybe? I don't stream enough for anyone to get bored of anything. As in the blurps, at least. The golfers generally tedious.
Oh, Daddy. No. What is this seesaw?
I do need to make better golf courses blurb. There's got to be something on this. That's really good looking par 3. I was hoping it was going to be a long one. Excellent. I would like to see this bunker brought maybe diagonally here a little. So if you want to go dead at the pin, again, let's just allow people to land short and roll it on. Yes, there's that little slope, but it's possibly a tiny bit too harsh. Love everything about the hole, or just move the front of the green back a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure he'd be able to pronounce Biarritz. There's one of them where he tries to say travesty. I think it's on the utter travesty. It's just, yeah, it's a bit of a mess. Bless his heart, he can't really do it. Okay, so we're going to play just over here. There's no point in going right at it. Oh, Rhino. Oh, we're in light rough. That's good. The green should not be a bit res. It could be, but it shouldn't be. The little things I really like are the fairway going all the way around here, and like that has really made it feel cohesive. I thought this would feel a lot more disjointed than it has done, and it's actually really cohesive. Very much enjoying it. I'd be interested to see how it plays over multiple rounds. Okay, this one we can go anywhere, right? This one maybe got a little bit wide. I do like the green. Yeah, we got a bit much going on here. You could definitely lose these bunkers and just go, you're heading all the way down there. Or is that a tee shot or something coming back? Oh, yeah, okay, so this is another hole. Okay. I like the way it looks like the ground works here and we just roll ourselves down. That's fun.
No, that's not fair.
Planting back here looks really, really good. Just, yeah. Nailed what you're going for, I think. And like, the little land movement is really nice. Like, subtle land movement here is so much better than anything you've done before, I think, with sculpting. That's it. No, trees. Yeah. I'm hoping you put CC appropriate on the Microsoft form. Okay. Yeah, good little punch bowl and makes sense given the distance. I like that this is open in front, the little bunker cutting in just like this is just sensibly done. I wonder whether you could have tied some of these areas together. So rather than feeling like central hazards, they more kind of define the playing area a touch. So joining this together probably wouldn't affect to this hole, but it would affect how this one looks a bit more visually. Well, I guess you've done it on this side, so maybe not. Yeah, I would like. Yeah, I'd like to be able to see that bunker cluster a touch. Still play up this side. Ball gets bounced into the middle. Good long approach. Yeah, I just love a little bit more up here. The American pop culture references are totally lost on me. I'm assuming they are hilarious. Okay. I do not have this shot. Perhaps we do. Take that. Only a third par, but we're all right with that. Another really good looking par 3. We've had a lot of long par 3s, and again, it's just the make it accessible thing. It's kind of trying to be a Redan, but it's not totally doing it. I think this is a great hole for 170, 160 with this pin. I think at 215, you're really pushing it. Because I can't just carry this bunker and get it rolling on down. Even if I land here, it's hitting the red slope, it's going way further, and the pin itself is a little bit crowned. You can see it's rolling front and rolling back. I'm sure you can send. You guys can send me a link. Ah, the fast didn't help. That's okay. We're playing for par on this one anyway, so chipping back is fine. Oh, assuming it's a better chip than that. I am more of a Mr. Bean guy. Aren't we all? Actually, far more of a Taskmaster guy out of anything. But I don't know if that caught on in the States. I like the green at grade for a long par 4. That works nicely. It's different to what we've done before. Cool that we're coming to a little cove. I love the look over to there and that kind of duny area. Taskmaster's quality. Best program I've seen in a long time. Where's the next hole? We'll find out. It's fine. We're on an adventure. Okay. We can work something in there. A bit more of a fast than I would have liked. That's okay.
I don't hate this.
No, we don't, Rora. We don't. I'm just really impressed. It's a lot of fun. Let's help Sleepy. Where is the next hole? It's literally right here. You're fine, buddy. Okay, so we hit into that, whereas we hit down there. Oh, that's dicey. Uh-oh.
No, I don't like it.
Oh, please tell me you made this out of bounds. Oh, Nick. Oh, now I'm in a corner. Pitching wedge? I don't see this ending well. In-betweeners is quality. Love the in-betweeners. Get there. Yes. And got some backspin as well. Shame, that would have been a really fun approach, and you've allowed a lot of ground game there as well, and like loads of good.
Camber.
Correct. Oh no, I held that way too long. Oh, it's all going wrong. No. Hey Seb, we're having an entertaining stream. It's been fun. Shame. We are going to make our first bogey. That's unfortunate. Having been on the beach though, which should have been probably should have been OB, but I don't blame you for not doing it. We'll take that. Okay, now heading out here. Okay, we're maybe getting a tiny bit narrow. I'm not going for it. Oh, 40 feet down. I'm not going for it. It's still, that's too high a risk for me.
This is the worst thing I ever seen.
It's not. I think what I would have
Why
done.
did you do this to my eyes? Don't tell me beside it.
We might need to mute trees.
Why would you do this?
I think what we would be doing, well, it's not necessarily a better angle for this pin. Like we're then hitting down the slopes and we're bringing, the more we go this way, the more it's a really narrow shot in, whereas kind of ending up lengthways is better. Like there's a hole like this at Boston Golf Club that's really cool. 3-wood into here is pretty safe. Laying up way back here is definitely safe, but still a little bit of a challenge vertically. I might have extended this fairway a tiny bit. It is a little tight. Oh, fairway on the left. Oh, you mean this one? I see. Got it. Yeah, I think the player's 3-wood down here. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's fine. And then we end up with a flop shot, and that should be okay. Yeah. What I probably would have been doing, though, would have been just to incentivize people to try and hit driver. You want them to try and hit close here and roll on. Whereas if you see the sculpting, it's kind of kicking people that way. If you lowered this just a touch or moved it to the right a little bit, this kind of knob, so that if people hit that, they kick off this way, but allow people to land a ball and roll it on this way. Whereas I don't think it quite has the space you need it to here. I get what this slope is trying to do. You just need a way to access it without having to bend a ridiculous slice in there. Oh, missed it. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Well, we get our bogey back at least. Blame the VPN. Green contouring on this one's great with how the spines come in both sides. Yeah, it's just the space of layup zones occasionally that is going to be an issue, because if I don't want to take on that drive, which is tight, what are my options really? Hit a 3-wood, still tight-ish. 5-wood really tight. I just don't think you need this on either hole, honestly. Yeah, lose this area and we're all good. This is kind of a pants template, right, Rhino? And we can't even see that little bunker bit anyway from where we were, so I don't think you've lost anything from there. Again, so I think with layup zone here, just lowering this bit, making it so that we can, like, if you look at the view when we hit left trigger, you can see what it would be really cool if we saw all of that. And then this is what we actually see. Just lower that stuff, like 3 feet. Solves a lot. That's it. Never skip leg day. Righty, 2 holes to go. Come on, we can get to -10, especially with a part 5 finish. This looks a lot longer than it is. Awesome looking par 3. Definitely no critiques on the visuals. You absolutely nailed those. Still not sure on... I love these. They just get a bit big. And the grass in front, again, I think we could lower that a tiny bit or just shrink it a little as well. Tough pin. We want... I don't think there's any real bailout, but that's okay. And that's kind of the problem with pins like that. If you're downwind, it's tough to land it short and not end up with this putt. Because I guess with this, if this isn't necessarily a safe putt, where is your safe miss for this hole? Or at least for this pin. Again, I think just allowing another couple of feet on here maybe is all you need. I'm sure he's further along than mine. Mine is, I think, 4 plots deleted now. Have an idea. Can't get it to work. The usual start. Okay, that's crazy narrow and it's cambered. We're not going there. That's only for idiots. I think you can enlarge this a little bit, especially as the fairway then cuts in again. Just like occasionally this has gotten a little bit too tight, and the way you do it is just by shrinking the bunkers in the middle. Gentle Rhino. All right, and really good look. I don't love the tree in my way. Just looking from here, there's an awful lot of these little trees on their own. Like, we've seen clumping. We've talked about that quite a lot. These ones work really nicely. I might have just gotten rid of a few of these because it kind of takes the focus a little bit away. Good finishing hole though. A little bit templatey. Somewhere up there is fine. Ooh, okay. Oh, game. There we go. Anyway, that was an absolute blast. Obviously didn't quite keep up the early pace with the scorecard, but it got a little tighter in places. I think where you'd find this one will hurt with judges is if people are not hitting tempo. Like it's kind of a requirement for this course. There are a lot of really fun corridors, really good green sites. I would probably just like to widen and make a slightly safer option off the tee occasionally for people who maybe don't want to take that tight corridor. 18 is a good example. Like either way you went is pretty pinched. Some of the par threes really challenging, but a really good mix of them. What else would I add? Yeah, just enjoyed it. Like the environment's really cool, very unique, and I think probably like the thing I was most impressed by was I thought it would get a little samey, and it really didn't because within that theme you did mix up a lot. I think you can vary your green sites and kind of heights a little bit more, shapes as well. That would be one thing. Thinking back to those first three par fives, that would be one thing I'd look at. Also potentially like just raising one as a null. You had your punch bowl. You had the cool. Was it the 10th, which was sunken down a little bit more? But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. Trying to think what else I might critique. I think you will know a couple of the comments that you will get. So planting in fairways, rocks in fairways, tightness. I think that kind of came with the course. Yes, always. It's a who's who designers. It is a clean. That is what it is. So yeah, that's gonna be us for this evening. Only had the one to play unless anyone else has published. But we'll just do a quick check. Completed courses. They have not. So we'll be back again in a couple of days whenever we get another one. I hope you enjoyed. See you again soon.